Teeny, I have a question for you. What do you think of this makeup look? Oh, what do you think? Who? Do you think who or do you think who? Oh, isn't that bad? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to one of my first, it is my first makeup tutorial since having little baby Valentina. I've got a serious question for you guys. Have you ever had a moment where you're sitting on the couch, comfortable in your robe or PJs, maybe hair's in a top knot, you're on your phone, scrolling through Instagram, and all of a sudden, your man walks in the room and he's like, "Hey girl, you ready to go? We gotta leave in like 5 minutes." Everything inside of you just like, what? If so, this is a tutorial for you. It's my running late makeup tutorial. Great for you if you just don't got time to do the full face makeup routine, AKA me, or if you've just got a busy day, you're running late and you gotta get out the door. This is a look that's still gonna make you feel comfortable, like you've got a little something something on, but guess what? Shocker, we are skipping the foundation. I've done a few tutorials like this before on my channel, but I don't think I've ever really walked you through some of the tips and tricks to get that sort of effortless, glowy, model off-duty look. So you guys ready to do this? This mama's ready. And then there was no makeup. I'm starting with a fresh, clean face, bags, dark circles, all that good stuff. And I'm going to transform this tired mommy face who is running late. I'm always running late. I probably have somewhere to be today, but I try to just take everything minute by minute nowadays, and that can be a good thing and a bad thing. Now, this is a makeup tutorial that I actually have been rocking religiously since I had the baby. Like, I'm not even joking. I can't remember the last time I actually wore foundation. For some reason, have wanted to skip that step because it can take a while from putting it on to blending it and all that. So for me, I've just been sticking to concealer, and a really good coverage concealer can sometimes take the place of the foundation. So it's really important to start this out by prepping the skin. Now that's one step I will not skip, is when it comes to washing my face. I think that's so important. You can go without the foundation and you can skip some makeup products, but do not skip out on your skincare. I can't remember the last time I just woke up and put my makeup on. Like, there's so much like dirt and things that happen to your skin while you're sleeping, and the pores, just, you gotta clean it up every morning when you wake up. That's my little preaching moment of the day. So once I've prepped my skin, it feels good, it looks good, I've shaved my mustache, you know, all that stuff, then we can move on to the actual tutorial. I am going to kind of give my skin this instant glow. I'm gonna be using Bobbi Brown Extra, because we all like to be extra these days. This is their Golden Glow, okay? This is an illuminating moisture balm. So it's gonna give my skin a little extra hydration. Ooh, it's a turn cap, love that. And I just like to apply a little bit of it to my finger, mix it up. Because like I said, I have more dry skin, I'm not gonna be super shy with this. I'm going to just start, look at that. I'm just gonna start applying it to where I'm gonna add some like highlighter. It's gonna illuminate the skin even more. Because I think the focus is if you're gonna go without foundation and you're in a hurry, I'm pretty sure you can just add this in place of the primer to really give your skin that model off-duty glow. You feel me? So I like to add a little bit to my nose. Just apply a little bit to my forehead. I actually love glowy skin. Some people just love the matte look, and that's totally fine too, but you're gonna notice the more glowy your skin looks without foundation, it just looks healthier. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just like kind of adding it all over at this point, but really targeting it in those key areas. I get asked a lot of questions like, how do you make your skin look so glowy underneath your foundation? But before I put makeup on, I always like to put a really good radiant primer or something like this, because it is going to make my skin underneath the products that I use just look that much more glowy and hydrated. This cold sore is so ratchet. I'm hoping I can cover this. Moving on, I'm going to use a concealer. This concealer is my absolute favorite. I honestly probably use this in like every tutorial. It's the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade medium. What I like about this is it has a really thick applicator, which is great for those days when you are in a hurry and you just need to give your eyes a little love. I always like to put it down my nose. I have annoying red veins right here. So I'm just gonna give it a little bit of that. A little bit on the chin, a little bit on this cold sore right here. I'm pretty much at the end of this concealer, so I probably shouldn't have applied it directly to the cold sore. Just those key areas is all I really need. Whatever imperfections you might have, just apply a little bit of concealer over it, almost in place as if it's your foundation. So I'm gonna use my Beauty Blender brush, which, okay, we're in a hurry, right? Usually I would run to the sink and I would wet this underwater so that it's nice and damp and dry it with a towel. Because I'm not applying foundation, I run the risk of my skin looking a little bit more oily, so I'm gonna leave the sponge just matte so that it can help my skin look a little bit more matte in those areas. So I'm just gonna blend it in. It's not gonna be a perfect blend, okay? Because I'm gonna go over it with another brush just to make sure it's nice and smooth. So I just like to go over it really fast because I'm in a hurry, remember? And I always like to bring it a little down, like in this region, because there's always a little bit of leftover, and I'll just like drag it down a little bit. Blend down my nose, my forehead. Just with that one product, like dang, that's a great concealer. So after I do that, I usually, because I'm in a hurry, I don't have time to blend it to perfection. For every time in this video, by the way, that I say I'm in a hurry or I'm running late, take a shot of something. But like I said, if you are running late, we don't have time to perfect the blend sometimes. So I always like to use my Artis Oval 7 brush, and I just brush it through like this. And it just gives me so much more, I don't know, so much more clarity in knowing like, okay, it's more blended, I don't have to worry, I can get in the cracks, just like this. Kind of run it down a little bit. And instantly, just that a little bit of product that I had in those key areas now looks like I have full face foundation on. Very light, and this is very subtle. Once I apply the concealer, I like to apply my Secret Brightening Powder from Laura Mercier. I mean, I use this in every single tutorial, and I don't think I'm ever gonna stop. And I like to use it even when I don't have on foundation. This is going to set it in place, but it's also gonna allow the product to stay on my face all day. So once I go and, you know, get going, if I have to go outside and shoot stuff, if I have meetings, I know that like this powder is light and it's going to keep my skin hydrated and still look glowy, but it's gonna allow my skin to still have that matte finish. So something else I can't live without, even if I'm in a hurry, is my bronzer. Grab a bronzer, a matte bronzer, about 2 shades darker than your normal shade. I religiously use Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. It smells like chocolate. Actually, I've had this for a while, so it kind of smells like, yeah. So I just like to apply my bronzer with like an angled contour brush, but you can really use any brush that you have, and you can really just squeeze it to get more of that pigment onto the skin and really target it where you want it to go. So I'm just squeezing it a little bit, and then I'm sucking in my cheeks, and I'm quickly just imperfectly applying it to just that region, my cheekbones, a little bit to my forehead to give myself kind of this instant sun-kissed glowy look. It really complements the glow, and I just run it, look, I just run it through my nose a little bit to the chin, double chin. Anywhere you basically want to see your skin get a little glow. I'm going to apply just a tad bit of blush. This is a super easy step, right? It's not gonna take up much time, so I might as well. You can go without it, or you can apply a little bit of it. This is the Bye Bye Pores blush from IT Cosmetics, and it's called Sweet Cheeks. So I usually like to apply my blush just kind of like right within this region, towards the end corners of my eyes. I don't like to go in this region here, because when you apply blush there, it can sometimes make your face look heavier than it is, especially on camera and in photos. So I just like to apply just a tad right there. And because we're in a hurry, sometimes it looks a little clowny, kind of like it does now. I did that on purpose, I promise, because I want to show you guys that if that happens, just grab that fan brush that had some of that secret brightening powder on it and just give yourself a little swoosh. And this is gonna soften it up a little bit because we don't have time to take off our makeup and do it again, right? So this is just a way to kind of hack it to soften up the blush and the bronzer if you did apply it with a heavy hand. I've got a heavy hand. Now you might be thinking, why not just skip the brows if you're in a hurry? I just personally think that the brows are the center focus of your face, so you really need to tame them. So I'm gonna be using Maybelline's Total Temptation Brow Pencil. Absolutely love this. I have been using it since I got it. This is in the shade Soft Brown. Woo-wee, that took me forever. Next time you guys put your makeup on, I challenge you guys to pretend you're a YouTuber and just try talking to yourself while you do your makeup. It is challenging. So I'm just gonna brush the brows. Brush, brush, brush. Brushing is important. And then with the other side of that pencil, the perfect soft brown for my skin tone. So I'm not filling in the entire brow, I'm just kind of running it through the ends and then this region here to make it look a little bit more round. And then obviously we just wanna soften this up and just kind of balance it out. I promise you guys this tutorial does not take longer than about 6 minutes. I know it seems like a lot of steps, but it's really not when you think about all the slay face tutorials out there. You feel me? And it really gives you that almost like, dang, like your makeup looks amazing and you're like, wait, I barely have any on today. I'm just gonna brush the brows one more time once I'm done just to get any of that excess color off if I need to. Perfect. I just love the thick brow look. Then I'm gonna grab my Laura Mercier. This is the Fall in Love Face Illuminating Palette. I have had this for a hot minute and I started using it the other week, I think it was, and I became obsessed with it. It has 4 shades, as you can see. I've found that mixing all 3 on me just looks really nice for the top of my cheekbones. It gives it more of like this natural glowy look instead of it looking too highlightery, especially when you don't have foundation on. You just want it to be subtle. And I feel like this blends really nicely into the skin and it does really have this candlelit effect as if you're like at a candlelit dinner. And then I'm so obsessed with it that I just apply a little bit on my nose because I just love, love, love glowy skin. And again, I'm just mixing all 3. And I'm doing it really quickly because this is how I would normally do it when I'm in a rush. And then I like to just apply a little bit to the inner corner of my eyes as well. Give it an instant pop. Isn't this crazy how like it's really coming together? Okay, so I don't want to leave this guy hanging, right? It's a really pretty like brownish gold color, you guys. And I'm gonna actually grab this with my ring finger because I'm in a hurry. How many shots have you taken? So I am going to use my finger as a brush. Is that so ratchet? And I'm just gonna blend out. I'm telling you, when you're in a hurry, sometimes you're doing your makeup in your car, you grab this stuff out of your makeup bag, then that's what happens. And then use your middle finger that's clean to kind of clean up any harsh edges. That's what I'm doing. Same thing with the other side. I like to actually take that brown shade and bring it in, like around where I added the highlighter there. What this does, it makes it stand out, and I'm just going to, again, grab my little brush that I have handy and just kind of clean it up a little bit to soften it. I've been into adding the bronzer and the color lately to this region to just kind of make the nose look a little skinnier, you feel me? And then what I like to do is get the gold color and just apply it straight across the lid. It just gives the eyelids a little something. If you're in a rush, like, trust me, the last thing you have time for is applying full eye makeup, okay? So that's like a really good alternative, is just use that same palette to give the eyes a little something something, so it's very, very subtle. Then I'm going to quickly just apply a little bit of mascara. It's something that can add an instant pop to your eye and make it seem like you took some time to do your makeup, even though literally it's taken you 5 minutes. Just wanna make sure, because this is a lighter look, you don't wanna cake on the mascara, because then that kind of takes away from this kind of natural I don't have makeup on, glowy skin look. But to finish off this look, you guys, I just feel like I'm gonna do a nude lip. That's just naturally my go-to. I love nude, but I'm gonna outline the lips a little bit to give them just that big, juicy effect. And that is going to happen with this lip liner from Maybelline. It's their 110 Purely Nude Lip Liner. And I just love starting right here at the end and just kind of contouring my lip a little. Again, this is something quick, easy. You can do it at a stoplight. Not that I'm encouraging that. Yay, can't see my coleslaw anymore. For my lipstick, I'm gonna add, I actually don't know how to say this. It's Marc Jacobs Nude Lipstick, and I'm actually afraid to say it out loud because I might butcher it. It's in the shade Anais. I want to say something else, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna apply that. I just feel like it complements that lip liner perfectly. It's like a shade lighter. Give it a little pout. Put your hair in a top knot, do what you gotta do. But there you have it. This is the finished, I ain't got time to wear makeup look. Look at just how glowy the skin looks. I mean, certain key points where we really illuminate it. You can see it stand out. The eyes are subtle, but there's still something there to look at. I feel like this tutorial is really kind of inspired by my whole motto this year, which is like, simplify your life. That's how I feel about my life. And I think this year for me is all about simplifying. I wanna not necessarily find shortcuts for things, but I don't want to clutter. I don't wanna do extra steps and things that I don't need to do. And so me being a new mom and being busy and on the go, when I'm running late, I don't always have time to do my comfortable everyday full face makeup routine. This has really been a great alternative for me, and it still makes me feel like I'm ready for the day and I can actually look people in the eye. But again, it's just really comfortable and it feels like I have nothing on, which is also really great. So yeah, this was my little tutorial for you guys. Many of you requested. I hope that it answered all your questions and that you enjoyed watching this video. Be sure to give me a big old thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more tutorials coming your way. And as always, I want to know what you guys want to see. So don't be shy, comment below, let us know. And oh, let me know what 3 products you guys can't live without, especially when you're running late. Let me know, and until next time, mwah, mwah. Bye guys. Say hi. Teeny, look at those blue eyes. Teeny weeny. Whoa, can we just zoom in on that face?
Let's zoom in on that face, hold her up.
What do you think of this makeup look? She's like, can you just look at me? You're so pretty.
Hi, mamas.
Oh my gosh, this is your first time on my YouTube channel. Say hi. You have anything to say? You have anything to say? Oh.